Alright guys, on this video, we're going to go over number 3 and number 4, and it's going to be where we multiply or divide rational expressions. Remember, when you multiply or divide, you do not have to find the least common denominator. The whole key to this is factoring. Alright, I want to factor all 4 of these expressions out. So I want to factor this one first. The 2x squared plus 11x minus 21. There's no GCF, but this can factor into two binomials. Right, I know I have to have 2x and I have to have x. And since this last is a minus, I have to have mixed. Again, you would use the number chart, try to do it on your own. Eventually you'll get it. This would wind up factoring to 2x minus 3 and then x plus 7. Alright, so I'm done that. So you can kind of cross that out. Okay, when I want to work with this bottom, now the one thing different here, they all have x's. I can pull out a GCF of x for that bottom. So I can pull out an x. Okay, right, I'm pulling an x out of this. So then the bottom becomes x squared plus 2x plus 4. Now, if you actually take a look at this, we still have a quadratic. If you tried factoring this, nothing would factor. And you don't have to worry about using quadratic formula because we're not solving anything. We don't have an equation. We're just simplifying. So I can't do anything to this. So let's move to the second fraction. Okay, the second fraction. This is always the one that's a little tricky. This is actually the difference of two cubes. It's either the sum or difference of two cubes. And when you factor this, you factor it to a binomial times a trinomial. And the binomial, the first binomial for this is if you take the cube root of each. So the cube root of x cubed is just x. And the cube root of this 8 is 2, because 2 cubed gives us 8. So we're going to have x minus 2. Now, if we remember the rules for this, if you have difference of two cubes, we're going to have positive signs here for this quadratic trinomial. And then what we wind up getting for this first term is you take this term and square it, so it's x squared. This term right here turns up being the product, so it's going to be 2x. And then this last term is if you just take this constant and square it, so 2 squared is 4, so we're going to get 4 right there. Now, even if you kind of stop and just look at the big picture, here's the big picture. Like, you can see this is going to cancel out with this right away. There's no x minus 2's in the bottom here, but maybe we'll get one here. So you're going to start to see kind of the same binomials or trinomials in the top or the bottom, so we can cancel them out. Okay, the last one, the x squared plus 5x minus 14. There's no GCF, but this is going to be a quick one to factor. This is going to be what? X plus 7, x minus 2. So really, it's just basically testing your factoring skills. And then we cancel out the like terms. As we said, we're going to cancel this out, and then the x minus 2's cancel out. This x minus 2 cancels out, and then also the x plus 7, that cancels out. So if I highlight in different color, we're just left with 2x minus 3 in the top, and we're left with x in the bottom. So that's what we end up with, 2x minus 3 over x. Okay, if I move to number 4, okay, let's move over. Now, number 4 is division. So the first thing I'm going to do, remember, keep, change, flip. So if I keep, change, flip, I'm just going to rewrite it right here. I keep the first fraction the same, x cubed plus 1 over x squared minus x minus 2. I flip this, or excuse me, I change that to multiplication. And then this second fraction, I flip this. So that becomes x squared minus 4x plus 4 over x squared minus x plus 1. And then what I'll do is I'll put parentheses around all these. And then you want to do this problem exactly how we did number 3. Factor out all 4 of those expressions and then see what common terms you have in the top and bottom so you can cancel those out. Okay, I'm not going to go on. You guys, you know what, finish this one on your own, factor it out, and see what you end up with for number 4.